You're going through this your computer camera.
Yes. Hey, we're getting ready. A couple technical things this morning as we get ready to go with the members only event. Hope you've got your cup of coffee this morning. I'm still sipping on mine. And let me just get a couple things here rolling. I am so excited about the 1 week business plan, and we are launching with the most important aspect of it, which is the management plan. The management plan, I can't emphasize it enough. We have to spend some time on the management plan. Yes, I get it. You are a one-person office. You're a one person, you're a two person, you are not a big office. Okay, I completely understand that. You need a management plan more than large offices. Large offices, they eventually will come up with their own plan no matter, even though they also need an organizational and management plan. You as a single agent, you are managing a business. You just happen to be your sole employee. I love it when people come to me and they say, I want to go into the business of real estate because all I want is free time. And I shouldn't laugh, but we all know in real estate that declaring that all you want is free time, that's not what the business is about. This is a hard business. You're going to work hard. Nobody actually ever told you wouldn't work hard. And if they did tell you that, I'm sorry to break the news to you this early. You're going to work hard. It's a hard business, but you can love it. I love the business. I work it I just love the business. I work it all the time. And I've been doing this business off and on, not as a professional, but as a non-professional. I started 19 years old when I bought my first home. Loved it. And many years later decided this is the business for me. Okay, so management plan. Yes, management plan is absolutely for you. Well, let's break down the components of the management plan that you have to be involved in. And so the whole time we got this established, we're talking about 1 and 2 people, really one person programs here. You're a single agent. I don't care who you work for. You yourself, you're an independent contractor. You have to have a plan of your own. So number one thing so there's many parts to a business plan, by the way. Today we're starting off with the management plan because that is the overarching component piece that we have to put in order. Every week we're going to take apart one piece, and then at the end we will put it all together because I want you putting money in your pocket. And the best way is to go through the 1 week business plan. All right. Number 1, specific goals. The goals must be measurable. You must have a measurable goal. What the deal is, what is really meant by measurable goals? By the way, I absolutely suggest that you go and read a book called by Sean Covey, and it's called the it'll come to me a little bit here. Anyway, the book is by Sean Covey, and it's the 4 Disciplines of Execution. Boy, the guru's brain this morning needs a little more coffee. The 4 Disciplines of Execution by Sean Covey. He talks about a formula in this book, and it's X to Y by date certain. This is how you measure your goal. X to Y by date certain. Get that formula in your brain. It's something you're going to do to become something by a particular date. X to Y by date certain. So leads turned into qualified clients and offers accepted by a particular date. Yes, you can do this. I believe strongly in you. You absolutely can do. You have to have measurable goals. Your goals cannot be something like the following. So let's break down what they cannot be, because it's important to know in the management plan what they can't be. Because people will say this all the time. I'm going to do better this year than next year. My goal is to do better this year than last year. That is not a goal. I don't know what that is. It's an interesting statement, but it's not a goal. It's not something that you can put out there and say, I'm going to measure, not easily. Because what is better? Is it financially better? You're going to treat people better? You're just going to do better generally? We don't even know what that is. You need to have a goal that is absolutely specific. And you need to have weekly goals. You need to have quarterly goals, weekly and quarterly. Let's not worry about yearly goals at this point. It's weekly and quarterly. So 1 week and 13 week. Weekly goals look like this. I will make 10 phone calls per day to new clients. I will make 10 follow-up calls per day to my existing leads to become clients. I will set up new searches for my top 10 people and revise them and send them out a video explaining the results of the search. These are specific things. These are things that can be measured and they are date certain. And instead of doing 10 calls per day, you can say 50 calls per week. Because you may not want to make the calls every day. I get that. I really, really get that. You may have days in your organizational pattern that you're doing calls certain days. Now, I like to do them every day, but that does not have to be your business plan. But what needs to be your business plan is X to Y by date certain. You're going to do something, it's going to become something, and you're doing it by a particular date and time. This is how we hold our feet to the fire as an individual. People say, is it possible to hold your own feet to the fire? Absolutely it is. It's going to take some work. It's going to take willpower. Now, you can do this better with coaching. Of course you can. But I'm trying to save you as much money as possible. For those who really want to do this on a thin dime, stick with us. Week after week, we'll walk you through some solid coaching that you can do this. If you're more serious or your goals are for more rapid development, you need to contact us about some one-on-one coaching that we can help you pull your business together. Okay, next is you have to decide as the manager of your one employee business, that's you, the best employee ever, is what is the structure of the work? That is how are you going to do it? What are the things you're going to use? It kills me when people all the time are saying, well, I have this new website. I have this new thing. I have this new widget. They're all the time. It's the new thing. It's the new thing. It's the new thing. Well, do the new thing off the clock. Do the new thing on your own time. Not when management says you should be working. You're the boss. You're the manager. But you still have to hold your own feet to the fire. And that means you can't allow yourself to sit down in the morning and kill the first 3 hours and call that work when all you're doing is Googling around for new aspects, for new things, new product lines, new widgets, new apps. You have to decide the structure of your business and what you're going to use. And you can bring on new things. There can be new discovery of things, and you need to plan for it. It can't be done all the time. That's not efficient. You want to get to efficiency, you have to hold your own feet to the fire or get a coach to help you. Okay. Time blocking. Time blocking is something people don't like to do. Let me tell you my suggestion for time blocking. I suggest this because it works. I suggest nothing to you, nothing that doesn't absolutely work and has been tested. 4 time blocks. That's 4 45 minutes each. Time blocks. You want to take 15 minutes off for bathroom breaks, walking outside, getting fresh air, screaming, whatever it is. But the 4 time blocks need to be prescribed by management as to what you're going to be doing on the time blocks. You're the manager, that's okay. You can prescribe for yourself what you're going to be doing. And in fact, the time blocks can change if they're not working, or you find you need more time on another one. You can split one of the 45 minutes and put more time on another one. So the first 45-minute block, just sharing with you what I do for the day. The first 45-minute block, I sit down and look at my hot sphere of clients. Who do I need to serve today? What has changed overnight? What's going on? How do I get back to them? And I start I have to take time to devise the plan. So part of that devising of the plan is looking at what's happening and coming up to speed. It shouldn't be random based. You don't want it to be random based because you want the base work to be getting done. This will bring you business. It'll bring you business every day consistently because you are being consistent about working on your business. That's how it works. So 4 45 minutes each time blocks. You add it up, that's only 3 hours a day. And I only suggest doing it 4 days a week. That's 3 days you're not even doing it at all. That's only 12 total hours that you're working on your business instead of in your business, which the in your business is the going out and doing the showings and doing all the stuff with the client. You're actually working on your business. You're managing it. You're taking time to not let the business run you. You are running the business. That's why you time block. Because you don't want to waste your time chasing all these little loose rabbits that are going to gain you nothing. You have to be doing things that are bringing in dollars. Things that are actually incentivized by bringing you in money. I don't want to break it down too cold here, but this is the members only event here where we can be a little more straightforward. I hope this is okay. Love to hear from you in the comments how this is going for you. And is this too straight? Is this too rough for you? I hope not, because you've got to get this business where it's paying for you. Most people, and I mean it's way high percentage, last 18 months in the business. They remain licensed for a little bit longer, but they really quit. It's about 18 months because they realized they didn't have a plan. Nothing was happening. You need to start this right away. I mean, right out of the gate. If you're getting licensed today, you need to start this today. Get it going. The time blocking is imperative, and it is a muscle to be built. Difficult muscle to be built for sure. To build this muscle is going to take time. It's going to take being burdened by it. It's going to take forcing yourself to do it for a while. It's going to feel like you're going to work. Yep. And you're going to say, well, I didn't do this to go to work. But pretty soon, you're going to see the results. And you're going to want that time blocking. It's going to become part of your day. It's going to become part of your undisturbed time that you can spend building your business. Okay, let's talk about a really difficult part of independent contractor stuff. Budgets. You've got to set a budget. I don't care how small your budget is. We all have a budget. You can't, I've had people tell me, well, I'm going to wait till I start making money to set a budget. No, that's a bad idea. You have to set a budget now. Now, I wouldn't set an annual budget. I would set a quarterly budget. Quarterly. So you can begin to test the waters of what is working and what isn't working for you. It's going to cost some money. You're going to want to go out and do some things. Lead acquisition. You may buy some leads. By the way, the biggest mistake on buying leads is that when you buy them, that these leads are automatically going to become clients. And they're simply not. Most lead companies selling you leads are selling the same lead to many people. 3, 4, 5, 10 people. So you're all getting the same lead to go after. I wouldn't let that scare me off, but it is a fact. That's what's happening. I say you need to be going after your own leads in a different way that's much more sustainable. However, over the years, I've bought lots of leads. I will, on full disclosure to you, I bought lots of leads. I even did the Zillow thing for lots of years. And it worked okay for a while. But soon you want to build your own business. And by building your own business, you have to have a budget to build the business. It's incredibly imperative that you lay out a budget. If that budget is $200 a week, great. If it's $50 a week, I've helped people with as low as $25 a week. $100 a month, that's what they can afford. Okay, let's see what we can do with that budget on advertising and other products. Because I know there's a bunch of other things out there that are already costing you a bunch of money. I've actually dealt with people on zero. So I shouldn't say as low as 25. There's a bunch of them that have a zero-based budget, and they're going to go out and do a bunch of social media and make attachments that way, go to their chamber, start building their business through chamber and through associations, and they have built a functioning business by staying on it. But boy, do you ever have to stay on it. All right. I like to do this next piece on every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, my wife and I sit down and we review our production. We take a look at our production for ourselves and for our team. We have a team, but you have yourself, and that's okay. When we were only our own agent, we did it for ourselves. Review your production. Where is your production at? How many leads do you have? How many leads did you acquire? How many leads became a client? Remember, a client is where you have to have a relationship to call them a client. You don't have to have an offer yet, but you have to have something more than just a name and a number. You have to have something more than that to call them a client. I say you have to have some form of relationship, and to have the relationship, you have to know something about their motive. of what's going on. So review the production. How many leads came in? Did you do something with those leads? Every one of them. Is there not enough time on your time blocking to deal with that aspect of working the new leads? The client, the people who have become clients and you have a relationship with, same kind of review. Did you do something with every one of them this week? I don't mean did you go show them homes. There may not be anything to show them, or they may not be ready for that yet. That's okay. But did you do something with every one of them? How many offers did you write this week? You know, we're in a seller's market. You've got to write more offers in order to get more closings. The seller's market's crazy. There is a ton of buyers out there. A ton of them. And a very few amount of sellers. If you need to be writing more offers for your buyers, get their head in the game. This is part of the review process where you are reviewing your productivity. What is your production? One moment while I take a sip of coffee. You have to take a strong look at your production for the week. What did it result in? Where did it go? Were you efficient with your time? Also review, did you actually put in the time? Did you meet your budget? Did you blow the budget? You know, just be honest with yourself. Did you blow the budget? If you blew the budget, well, then you got to report that to manager. That's you. Remember, you are also the manager. You're wearing different hats. You're not the first one to do this. You need to start doing it if you're not, though. You're wearing different hats. When you're doing the work, you're the employee. When you are managing the work, you're the manager and owner. You can put on different hats. I've even seen people talk to themselves. I'm not necessarily suggesting that you take time to talk to yourself, but I've seen people do that aspect as well. Review every aspect, everything that we went through, the budget, the time blocking, every piece that makes the structure of the work. You know, what are you incorporating? Do you need to include? Are you missing a structural piece that will help you? If you are, you need to build that into your time blocking piece. Have you identified goals? And did you stay with them on the X to Y by date certain? Remember, that's I will spend 10 minutes each day. Or excuse me, I will call 10 minutes. Pardon me. I will call 10 new leads each day by 10 a.m. So I have my X to Y by date certain. You need to make something that works for you. Every one of these plans has to be crafted that it works for you and your business. I can't emphasize the goal setting enough. You need to sit down in a quiet spot, maybe with your significant other. Both of you get a cup of coffee. Get a whiteboard or a pad and decide, what are your 4 goals going to be? And then how are they demonstrated? How do they structurally work? And what time should be spent on each one of them? If you do those steps right there, those 3 steps, you will significantly move your business upwards. because you're going to be spending time on the things that matter. You've got to spend time on those things that actually matter. The management plan takes you down this path. The management plan drills this in. It drills it down to where it should be. It has you set goals. It has you time block. It has you structurally manage how it's happening. So you're not hopping around on everything else and looking for the new widget. As realtors, we're terrible about it. We are all the time looking for the newest thing. We are such a tech-driven industry. It's just incredible. I don't know of another industry that overall is as tech-driven as we are. But it also has caused us to be looking everywhere else all the time for the next widget, the next application, the next app that's coming down the pike that maybe we should be attached to. Instead, you need to do the antithesis. You need to be what's called the contrarian in the market. That is, go the opposite direction. Quit looking during your dedicated time. During your 45 minutes, 4 days a week, your dedicated period of time, quit looking. Use what is working and dedicate that time on X to Y by date certain structural events with time blocking. Those things will build your business. I'll be talking to you next week about the next piece of the 1 week business plan while we build your business and put more money in your pocket than you could have ever imagined. I am your real estate guru, and this is the members only event. Take care, guys.